My wife slept with boss, proposed open marriage, but then suddenly changed her mind when I announced that I made $1 million in a single day, and that's what I did after. She came home with a new perfume and said it was a sample. She never wore perfume. Said it gave her headaches. I didn't ask questions. She said she got a raise. I said congrats. That was the start of it. Not the cheating, not the open marriage talk. Just the way she started bringing home pieces of someone else's life and acting like they were hers. I worked from home. She didn't. She said she liked the structure. She said her boss pushed her to be better. I thought that sounded like nonsense, but I didn't say anything. I made decent money trading options. Nothing flashy back then. I wasn't rich, but we were stable. I paid most of the bills. She paid for groceries and dinners when she felt generous. We didn't split things evenly. She called that balance. The first real sign was her hours. She started working late. Said her boss was under pressure. Said the team had to rally. She'd come home smiling. Worn out, but energized. I knew that look. I'd seen it when we first got together. I just never thought I'd see it aimed at someone else. Then she wanted space. Not physical space, emotional. Said she felt like we were in a routine. Said maybe we were too comfortable. I asked if she was unhappy. She said no. She said she loved me. She just needed to feel alive again. I didn't push. I didn't want to be the controlling husband who couldn't handle his wife having ambition or independence. I thought maybe I was the problem. I started working harder. Stayed up late studying charts, built out new trading strategies, adjusted my risk. If she was growing, I didn't want to be the guy who stalled. I was already making a couple grand here and there, but I wanted more. I started tracking everything, hours, patterns, spikes. I got obsessive. My screen time was disgusting. But it worked. Slowly. Meanwhile, she got colder. The excuses came easy. Her boss needed her. Her coworkers needed support. Her phone was always on silent. She started sleeping with her back to me. Said she was just tired. She always had a reason. I never had evidence. Just instincts. Then one night, she came home buzzing. Said she'd been thinking. Said we should talk. She brought up the idea like it was just a mature adult conversation. Like she was being brave and honest and evolved. She said maybe we'd both be happier if we opened the marriage. She didn't frame it like she wanted someone else. She framed it like we both deserve freedom. I didn't explode. I didn't cry. I just sat there and asked her if there was someone already. She said no. Said it wasn't about that. I didn't believe her. But I said I'd think about it. She seemed surprised I didn't fight her harder. Maybe she expected me to beg her to stay monogamous, so she could feel guilty and noble for doing what she was going to do anyway. I didn't give her that. She started acting nicer after that. Cooking again. Asking how my day was. Sitting closer. Like offering me scraps would smooth everything over. I nodded, smiled, played along. Meanwhile, I started moving my money. I sold a few positions, reinvested in riskier plays. Went heavier into contracts I'd been watching for months. Burned through caffeine. Slept 3 hours a night. She thought I was distracting myself. She started sleeping with her boss a few weeks after she brought up the open marriage. She didn't tell me. She just stopped pretending. Came home in different clothes. Left earlier. Stayed out longer. Didn't bother making excuses. Her phone never left her side. She used to leave it charging in the kitchen. Now it was always face down. That was enough. I didn't ask her anything. I was working. I saw the trade setting up. I'd been tracking it for months. The numbers lined up. Timing was right. I moved everything into the position I wanted and let it hit. Made just over $1 million in one day. No shortcuts. No guessing. It was planned. All of it under my name, clean and locked. She didn't notice. She was too busy thinking I was still trying to get over her. I didn't say anything for a few days. Then I printed the account summary and left it on the kitchen counter. No note. Just numbers on paper. She saw it the same night. I didn't explain anything. She didn't say a word until the next morning. I walked into the bedroom, and she was sitting on the edge of the bed like she wanted to ask something but didn't know how. She offered to make me coffee. I said no. That night she said she was rethinking the open marriage. Said maybe it wasn't what she wanted. Said she missed the way things used to be. Like nothing had happened. Like I was supposed to forget everything just because she changed her mind. I told her I'd think about it. I already knew what I was going to do. After I told her I'd think about it, she started trying again. Small things. Folding my laundry, cooking actual meals, asking if I needed anything from the store. Acting like she still lived here the way a wife is supposed to. She hadn't done any of that for months, maybe longer. I let her. I didn't say anything. But I wasn't staying. The $1 million sat untouched in the account. I didn't buy anything at first. Just watched the balance every morning like a ritual. It wasn't the number that mattered. It was the control. I didn't need her anymore. Not for bills, not for anything. That was the part she hadn't processed yet. I opened a second account. Different bank. Moved most of the money there. Took my name off the joint credit card. Set up a mail forwarding service. Quiet things. No fight. No announcement. Just distance. She noticed eventually. Asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. That was it. I hired a lawyer, didn't tell her. Set up a meeting with a real estate agent. Started looking at places across the country. Warm weather, no snow, no traffic. I found a condo downtown in a city I'd never lived in. High floor. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Private elevator. I wired the deposit the same week I toured it. She was still sleeping in my bed when I signed the closing papers. The next morning I booked a one-way flight. Packed 2 suitcases. Left everything else. Furniture, kitchen stuff, whatever was in the storage closet, I didn't care. I walked out while she was at work. Didn't leave a note. Didn't text. Just gone. She called that night. Then again. Then sent 3 emails. First one casual. Second one confused. Third one angry. I didn't reply. I forwarded my mail to a P.O. box, opened a new phone line, closed my social media. Didn't tell anyone except my attorney and my accountant. Not even my parents. They thought I was on a vacation. The new place was quiet. Big windows, city noise in the distance, no one asking anything from me. I started waking up early. Walked to get coffee. Worked in the mornings, hit the gym in the afternoon. Started reading again. Didn't touch alcohol for weeks. It wasn't some dramatic detox thing. I just didn't feel like escaping anything anymore. I didn't post pictures. Didn't check hers. Didn't stalk. I didn't need updates on how she was doing. I already knew. She was still in our old apartment. Still clocking into the same job. Still checking for signs I'd come back. I got a portfolio manager, opened a few LLCs, tested out business ideas. A tech startup needed early investors. I funded it. A friend from an online group pitched me on a logistics app. I matched his ask and took equity. She started texting again. One-liners at first. Then longer ones. Trying to sound sorry without admitting anything. Talking in circles. Said she missed me. Said she didn't recognize herself. Said, things got complicated. I didn't answer. She sent one last email. Said she thought we were working through it. That I left too fast. That she never got a chance to explain. I booked a flight to Miami that night. Posted the boarding pass. Then posted the pool view. Then the rooftop bar. Then the steak. Every post got likes from people we both knew. People who hadn't heard from me in months. People who used to think she was the better half. Now they were in my DMs asking what I was building, where I moved, how it happened. Some of her friends messaged me like they forgot who they were loyal to. I didn't answer any of them. I didn't think I'd hear from her again. After Miami, after the posts, after her friends started acting confused, I figured she'd finally let it go. But she didn't. A week later, she showed up in person. I was speaking at a private event, small, invite only. Early founders, angel investors, finance people with real money. I walked in and saw her sitting at the back of the room, fake casual, pretending to scroll her phone like she just happened to be there. I knew someone in the building had tipped her off. She didn't belong in that crowd. I walked straight past like she was no one. Because at that point, she was. After the panel, she tried to get my attention. Took a step forward like she was going to say something. I turned away. Took a call that wasn't even real. She didn't follow me. That night, I went out with two guys from the event. They ran a tech firm I'd put money into. One of them filmed a quick interview for his channel. Asked me to break down the trade that flipped everything. I walked through it. Straight numbers, short sentences. No story. Just execution. The video went up the next day. By the weekend, it had 400K views. Then 600K. Then 1.2 million. My name started showing up on finance blogs, forums, Reddit threads. People I hadn't spoken to in years started tagging me. She watched it. I saw her name in the comments. She left some throwaway message about being proud of how far I'd come. It got buried. Her boss messaged me 2 days later. Just said, respect. I didn't reply. The next event was bigger. Vegas. 300 people. More suits. More cameras. I wasn't on a panel this time. I was the headliner. They flew me out first class, covered the hotel, sent a car. When I got there, I saw a familiar face in the crowd. Her boss. The guy she risked it all for. He looks tired. Bloated. Worse than I remembered. He tried to talk to me after the keynote. Came up with this half smile, like we were in on the same joke. Said something about how wild life gets. I didn't respond. I looked at him, then turned and walked away. Didn't feel like revenge. Just felt like the scene was over and I had somewhere else to be. She tried one more time. Sent a message through someone else. Mutual friend, neutral tone. Said she was in town, wanted to meet. No drama, no expectations, just coffee. Said she was sorry for how things ended. Said she missed having someone who actually listened. I left it on read. Next week I moved again, bought a condo under my name this time. Clean deal. No one from before had the address. I didn't tell anyone unless I needed to. I started building a new company. Brought on a few partners I met through that first summit. This time it wasn't just trading. It was software. Tools to automate what I used to do manually. People wanted it in fast. I kept it tight. No noise, no press. Just numbers. She still watches my stuff. I don't block her. I just don't react. Let her see it happen. She wanted freedom. She got it. I gave her everything she asked for. Space, silence, no confrontation. And now she's stuck with it. That's the part they never think through. What happens when they burn the bridge and the other person doesn't chase them? Some people say I should have talked it through. Some say I should have forgiven her. Others think I should have hit back harder. I don't know. Maybe I did it right. Maybe I didn't. All I know is, I'm not where she left me. What do you think?